legend is sung of when England was young, and knights were brave and bold. The good king had died, and no one could decide.
Once upon a time, in the faraway land of Athens, a wise and chivalrous lord named Theseus conquered many lands. He was a total hotty-micotty. All the ladies made milkshakes in hope of enticing him to visit their yard. But he got hitched to the fair maiden Hippolyta. She and her sister Emily went to live with Theseus. Once they got to the gates of Athens, they found a whole bunch of old ladies crying their eyes out because King Creon would not allow them to bury their husbands. Theseus, being as soft-hearted as he was, promised the ladies that he would avenge their husbands' deaths and allow a proper burial. Then there was a big battle, and Theseus wins. When his men rummage through the rubble, they find 2 soldiers in matching garb. Noticing they were of royal descent, he captured the men and had them thrown into a tower.
You are not leaving this tower! Ever!
In that very tower, the men pined away their days.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay.
Emily then decides to venture into the garden to pick some flowers. Oh, look, some monks! Palamon, seeing Emily from the tower, lays his eyes on her and is smitten.
I'm smitten. Oh, Venus!
Palamon desperately prays to Venus to break him from the mighty tower, but Venus does not oblige. Meanwhile, Arcite also beholds the beauty that is Emily.
I get lost in the beauty of everything I see. The world ain't half as bad as they paint it to be. For the sons or the daughters.
Palamon first sees Emily and argues with Arcite under who should get to pursue her.
You got a date? Or no? You trying to date? Or no? I saw her first. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty. Bro code.
Arcite and Palamon argue for some time. They then decide that their arguments are worthless as they are stuck in the tower. For a number of days they sit and feast their eyes upon Emily. Then, one day, Duke Protheus visits Theseus and convinces him to free Arcite since they were BFFs. Theseus agrees on the condition that he never see Arcite again. Arcite is distraught, for he will never see Emily again.
I am distraught, for I will never see
Meanwhile,
Emily again.
Palamon and Arcite have continuous thoughts of suicide as they will never be with Emily.
Beautiful girl, that's why it'll never work. You have me suicidal, when you say it's over.
Part 2. 1 year later. Mercury comes to Arcite in a dream, and he instructs him to return to Thebes to win Emily's heart. Disguised as a labourer, he makes his way to Thebes and serves in Emily's house for a few years under the name of Philostrate. Soon thereafter, Theseus takes notice of his noble deeds and promotes Arcite to squire. Meanwhile, Palamon is still suffering in the tower. As the 2 men pine over their love, Emily is, well, I'm not really sure what Emily is doing. Palamon decides he is sick of staying in the tower and takes measures into his own hands.
Pretty crickets, I am sick of this dump. I shall drug the god and make my escape.
Blame it on the lose, got you feeling loose, blame it on the throne, got you feeling gone, blame it on the
escaped. I shall hide in this bush in the grove and wait for nightfall.
Palamon decides to stay in the grove until the next morning, where he encounters a man.
Oh, a man! I shall hide!
Arcite, unknowing that Palamon is hiding in the bush, confesses his love for Emily, ever burning. Palamon experiences an epiphany, which he finds out who is the man in the grove. They then have a quarrel.
Losers, weavers.
Fine, when you want to go?
Tomorrow at dawn. I'll provide the weapons. Tomorrow, sunrise. Be there or be...
Theseus, along with Emily and Hippolyta, happen upon the strangers in the grove. They do not know of their identity, but Theseus, being the kind man he is, decides to break up the fight.
We are your prisoners. We are fighting over your sister-in-law. We deserve to die.
Or I could just kill you now.
Oh, no! No, don't kill him, please!
Okay, fine. You can just fight each other for the hand of Emily. In 50 weeks, bring 100 of your best soldiers and fight to the death.
The men return home and train for 50 weeks. As the battle draws nigh, the knights feel lots of pressure into winning the heart of Emily. Palamon then visits the Temple of Venus, where he prays that he will become victorious.
Oh, Venus, please accept this offering so that I may become victorious.
Palamon's wish is granted as Venus accepts the token. Emily seeks the Temple of Diana, where she prays she will forever remain a virgin. Oh, Diana, please make me forever a virgin. I do not wish to bear children. I just want to run among the forest. If I must have a husband, at least give me the one who loves me the most. I'm sorry, dear, but I cannot tell you. You will have to marry one, however. Good day. Arcite visits Mars.
I promise Pamela that
The gods quarrel over which patron will actually win.
Arcite is gonna win because I'm wearing bloomers.
Stop it now, here, guys. You guys know Venus is gonna win. Now y'all stop y'all bickering.
It's the day of the battle, and Theseus states the rules.
Welcome all to the first annual Hunger Games! Oops, sorry, wrong event. Welcome to the first and only Fight for Emily. Quick change in the rules before we begin. No killing. If anyone dies, the fight shall cease immediately. Good luck, and may the gods be ever in your favor. Begin! Side effects may include kicking, scratching, biting, punching, castration, severe laceration, and permanent disgrace.
Arcite started an early victory, was kicked off his horse and hit his head. Bleeding profusely, he lays on his
Even
death.
though my love for you may be short-lived, I can no longer go on.
You must go on. Love Palamon the way he loves you.
Theseus then decides to knock some sense into the mourning people.
That is Arcite. Get married and be happy.
I'll say, well,